Officer Jack Honar on the Skype from Chicago. Jack, how are you?
I'm good. How are things there by you in New York?
It is very cold here in New York. We're getting the last blast of winter, about 20 degrees this morning, but looking forward to spring.
Same.
Hey, we got a couple of it. Go ahead.
No, same. I can't wait for 40-degree weather.
Hey, we got a couple of events next week. We're going to be at the Hudson Valley Direct Marketing Club next Wednesday for their lunch on looking at data privacy and the California legislation. But later that evening, we're going to an interesting tech seminar in New York City, AI data privacy. It's being organized at Galvanize, which is at 303 Spring Street in New York City. And one of our friends, Raz Chowdhury, who is the CEO of Sam.ai, is one of the speakers. Also speakers from Virtue, GenReX Consulting, Eighth Path Solutions will be there. Always good to learn more about what's happening in applying artificial intelligence to business. What do you see happening on that front, Jack?
Well, I'm glad you brought all this up because it's a big tech month for us. Our e-newsletter next week, in support of what you're going to be doing in your meetings, is focused on fintech and insurtech, things that are happening from a technology perspective. And specifically, artificial intelligence is huge, as you know. I'm seeing across the board for insurtech and fintechs. And by the way, for everyone that's listening, fintech and insurtech is distinguished by financial services technology solutions and insurance services technology solutions, right? So in both cases, AI is really really huge. In fact, most in some categories like customer experience, we're seeing more artificial intelligence applied in that arena, chatbots, different ways to create that customer experience and improve it. On the fintech side, we're seeing a lot more compliance and fraud detection coming up using artificial intelligence. On the insurtech side, we're seeing pricing, meaning how to price you for your different types of insurance needs, and then claim settlement. One of the things that we work on too.
Absolutely. Well, certainly we see a lot of artificial intelligence applications in customer service, which applies both to claims, which we're very involved with at CBSI, claims adjudication on our credit card benefit programs, and then across the board insurance. What are some of the ways that artificial intelligence can really help handle claims processing for insurance, Jack?
It's really kind of interesting because not only from technology like the mobile phones, being able to take pictures of things that happen to you, but it can start to anticipate the process that you're having. It can help detect claims fraud. We're seeing that in our own claims processes. We're constantly trying to revise not only the tools that we provide for our customers, because sometimes they do online claims via our e-claims websites with our partners, but then also just on the phones themselves. As people call in, we get a chance to let the AI take over and lead the discussion on exactly what's happening with claims. So those are some of the things we're working on. In addition to all this kind of stuff, there's one thing I just want to throw out there if I could while I've got you. We're working on something too, and it's been in the works for probably a little less than a year, called a benefit recommendation engine, which would actually start to recommend what benefits would be useful at different times of a person's interactions with their particular credit card, right? So AI is just huge, machine learning, huge. It all falls into that kind of same category.
Very good. Well, it's an area that's growing, but trying to find more direct applications for usage, certainly being embraced on the customer service area of banking. What are some of the areas you see artificial intelligence being applied to the credit card or the payments industry?
Yeah, one big thing I've read about is process automation. So using artificial intelligence to actually improve processes. There's some stories that I read out there about different banks, and this may not necessarily make people feel good about automation, right? Because automation sometimes means job loss. But there are process documentation things that when you're applying for a credit card, when you're looking for a loan, all these types of things in banking are now using artificial intelligence to automate those processes. Again, speeding up the time for someone to be able to find out if they indeed qualify for a credit card. Before, that would be hours and hours of manual labor.
Hey, and good to hear about that description of the CBSI artificial intelligence initiatives for the benefits recommendations engine. Tell us a little bit more about how that might work into the program for a credit card issuer.
Yeah, what we're looking at doing with something like the benefit recommendation engine is to allow consumers to start to create their own interaction with our benefits specifically, right? There's so many things within a credit card environment or transaction account environment, right? There's your monthly payments, there's a schedule of that, there's potentially interest rates, any fees associated. And so by bringing benefits to the forefront, we might be able to get them, we might be able to rather recommend to them what benefits would work based upon their transactional history. Now, like anything, artificial intelligence, machine learning takes time. So we'd have to have a series of transactional data points and then start to add together and help think for the customer. But we're trying to go down that route to customize the benefit experience for everybody. Travelers might use travel benefits far more than, say, someone who's into shopping.
Sure. Well, Jack, next week we got a couple of events. CBSI will be at the Hudson Valley Direct Marketing Club
Yeah.
up in Greenwich. Their talk on privacy, specifically the California law that came out. And then that evening we'll be in New York City for the AI data privacy event being organized at Galvanize, 303 Spring Street. They're going to be talking about things such as self-governing tech systems and personal data freedom of privacy, giving the customer the chance to govern what happens to their data, and also real-time decision-making tools and processes. So it should be interesting. And our friend Roz Chowdhury is one of the speakers, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's going to be great. And I won't be there personally, but I'll be supporting you the whole way. So if anyone's listening to this or whomever is listening to this, make sure you follow us on Twitter as well.
Okay, and that on mine it's at Ken Kreitzer, and our CBSI cardholder brokerage services Twitter account as well. So Jack, we'll look forward to doing this again next week and hearing your insight on our Talking Business shows.
Sounds good. Talk to you soon, Ken.
Great, Jack. This is Ken Kreitzer from the home headquarters of CBSI Services in Harrison, New York.